Hello. Hey, hi everyone. Hi Amma. Hi Ashil. Hi Ashil. So shall we start? Uh, right. So in the previous session, I think we were discussing on the DAX, right? So we had done to the part of the DAX over there, the YTD and same period last year, all those calculations, right? This is, I think, where we had left off the last class that we had.
Yes, Amit.
So today what we will be doing is, we haven't explored publishing of the reports, yes, right? To publish the report on the Power BI service. So what you can do is you can just open up one of the earlier reports that we created, right? So I'll just open one of them. Just give me a second, I'm just sharing this screen. Okay. See, remember this was one of the reports that we created, right? So when we started with the session, so we were making some chart and this report that we were building it up, right? So where we were exploring about the different type of visuals that we can create. So in fact, you can open up any report if you have with you, right? So what happens is like this report that we have created. So definitely what I would like to do now is I would like to share this report with my team members and I would like to share this report with the stakeholders. So how can we do this, right? So what we do is we publish this report on the Power BI service in order to do that, so that I can share this report with the end users. So do you all have created your Power BI accounts, the Power BI service accounts? Anusha, Harsha, Rama, do you have it? Okay, Rama, you have it.
Hi,
Okay.
Amit. Right now, I don't have access to the account because I used my husband's ID, and
Okay.
right now he's busy, so that's
Oh,
why can't do it right now.
no worries. So you can. It's quite easy. I mean, you will take a look. You will be able to try it at
Sure.
your end.
Okay.
So you have to be logged into. If you all see your name over here, that means you're already logged into your account. If not, you will get an option of signing over here. So just sign in with your ID and password. Right? Just put that so that you're all signed in. The Power BI account that you have made. So you will be able to see your name coming up over here. Then. Right? So once you sign in over here, what we do is we just simply click on publish button. Right? So when you click on publish, what will happen is it will give you this option, publish to Power BI. Right now you won't be getting all the other options. You will just get this my workspace. Right? These are other some folders that I have created on this service on my account, but you will get by default my workspace. And when you click on select, what will happen is this report will be published on the service account. You see the report has been published and I get a message of success. So I mean, you guys try it once. Manusha and Rama, please let me know if you see this message. Yes, okay, published. So once the report is published, you just have to click on this link. So what will happen is this will open up the Power BI service account, and this file that has been published, it will be opened up.
Hi, Amit. When I'm logging in, it is asking for some app downloads on the mobile. So we don't have to do that, right? Hello?
Okay. You will see the report is published. All the pages that we had over there.
Hi,
Right.
hello?
So page 1, page 2.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Amit. When I'm logging in, it is asking to download some app on the mobile, something. We don't need to do anything, right?
No, nothing.
Okay.
right? So do you see this? The pages will be coming on the left hand side and the report that we created that has been published over here, right? So now what you can do is, if suppose we want to share this report, right? If you want to share this report with someone, you just have to click on this share icon, right? And you say people in your organization with the link. You click on this. See, so what happens is it gives you three options. People in your organization. If you click on first option and click on apply, that means everyone in your company, right? When I say in your company, the people who are having the Power BI service account with them and they are all a part of your company, they will be able to see this report, but they need to have a Power BI account, right? If you say specific people, in that case, what you can do is you will put their email addresses that, okay, I want to share this report with this guy, right? So you put his email ID, then only those specific people will be able to see your report, not everyone.
Amit,
Uh-huh.
for me, it's like people with existing access. That is the only option enabled.
No, sorry, can you come again?
Okay, we have three options, right? People in your organization and other two. So for me, other two are grayed out, and only people with existing access is like I can able to select only that.
Okay, you are saying that only these two options are coming.
No, only yeah. When I click that, only people with existing access. That is the only option available for me. The second one. Yeah.
Okay, the other two are not coming.
Yeah, it is grayed out. Yes.
Okay, actually, have you get that free account?
Yeah.
Actually, it will be coming to do that because
Okay.
you would be only having one email address. So
Okay.
that is why it is showing this only, because I have already 2-3 email addresses. That is why it is showing me those people in your organization and specific people.
Okay.
So now what you can do over here is, this is a simple sharing, right? You can just copy the link also if you want, right? You can copy the link, and then the people in your organization with this link, they will be able to share, they will be able to see the report and they will be able to share it with the other people. Likewise, if you click on export, you can export this report in the PowerPoint and the PDF if you want from here, right? So if you click on PowerPoint, the file will be downloaded in the PPT format. You simply click on export and the file will be exported in the PowerPoint format. Okay, it takes a little while, but it will be exported, right? You want to, on these reports, if you feel, there are some changes, there are some things that you want to edit, you can click on the three dots and you can click on edit, right? So if you click on edit, what will happen is the same Power BI interface, not exactly same, you will not get all the options, but a lot of stuff will come up over here. I mean, in terms of adding some visualizations and doing the editing in the report, you will be able to do that, right? So for example, you select any chart, you want to do some formatting changes to it, or you want to change the field names and all, so you will be able to do all those changes over here also, right? Suppose I want to show the data labels, so I turn it on, the data labels will be visible. Okay, but always remember, right, when you make any change over here, right, so those changes will not be replicated on the file that is on your desktop. So it is always advised that we should always try to make the changes over here and republish the file, right? So when you republish the file, so what happens over there in that case is it replaces the existing file. Okay, it will replace the existing file in that case. So all the things will be overwritten. So it is always advisable to make the change directly on the file on your laptop rather than making the changes on your the service account directly on that. Because otherwise you will have different versions on the service and a different version on the normal machine. Okay, are we clear? I hope I'm clear to all of you. And then once you're done with the changes, you can just click on save. So when you save these changes, now these changes are. So once you make any change, right? If you have already shared this report with some people, they will always see the updated report. It's not that they will be seeing any existing report. You will not have to reshare it again and again. Once shared, even after you make a change, they will see the updated version of that. Now, if you click on the My Workspace, right? This is the My Workspace. In the My Workspace, you will see that report and the data set will be visible to you, right? So when you publish a report, there are two things that are uploaded, right? So like I uploaded this report. So what has now happened is there are two things that got uploaded. One was the report and another one was the data set, right? These were the two things that got uploaded. So report I have already shown, right? When you click on this report, this same report will open up that I had opened up previously. Okay. On this report, there is a feature which we call it as a dashboard, right? So you can create a dashboard out of this report. Now, what is a dashboard? If you just remember from Tableau training, right? What we used to do was we used to create a dashboard by dragging and dropping the sheets. Similar thing you have, not exactly the same. Suppose like what you want to do is there are some charts. There are some charts on your this in your complete report. You feel that you want to create a quick summary, right? You want to create a quick summary where you would like that your boss should be able to see some quick insights right away instead of going into the detailed report page by page. So what we can do is, suppose if you feel that this chart sales by order date is very crucial, so you click on this. Reload the page.
Hi, Amit. I'm not able to connect to, I'm not able to sign in actually.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. 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 Do you have?
See, you'll actually have to use this authenticator. Click on
Sorry?
next. You'll
Next.
actually have to install authenticator. So
Yeah,
click on,
that is what it is asking.
so this is the authenticator app. Basically, this is just an application which is like providing an authentication that okay, you are the user of this account. So that
Okay,
is what
so I have to download it in the mobile and then
in
finish
the
it.
mobile, right? So you have to install this on the mobile. I thought you were asking for the Power BI mobile. So this
No,
this you will
this
have to
one
install.
only. Yeah, that's why I
Click
asked.
on next. Yeah, so you just click on next over here, right? So just
Yeah.
open and download that application. Just when you will open that account, so in your app
Okay.
store, you will find this Microsoft Authenticator application. Just install it, and over there it will give you an option of scan. So you can just scan that barcode from here. So it will just authenticate it that okay, you are the authorized
Okay.
user.
Okay, Amit. Thank you.
Okay. See, when you create the chart, so what happens is on the chart, what you can do is you can pin the visuals. One is pin visual, right? So if you click on pin visual, suppose this chart is very important. So you will say you want to put it on a new dashboard. You create a new dashboard from here and just give it a name. Suppose I give it a name as Intuit's dashboard and click on pin. So see your dashboard is created. Just click on go to dashboard, and this dashboard right now has only one chart. Right? You thought that this chart is very important, so you have put up this chart over here. Now, similarly, what you can do is you can go back to my workspace and you open that report again. Right, in this report now you see that there is some another chart as well, right, which is again, I'm not sure why this options are not coming at the top of these charts. Suppose I want to pin this visual. So I click on this pin visual and I say pin it to existing dashboard into its peak. So it goes and it gets, this chart also gets attached on your dashboard. Right. This is just a quick summary, right? If you feel there are some charts that you want to put up on a dashboard, you can just keep on putting them one by one over here. And on the dashboard, you will get a very nice, interesting feature which is called as Q&A. In the Q&A, what you can do is you can type your question, right? You say sales by region, right? You just type your question and it will show you the result, that how the sales had happened by region or by manager, whatever you will type the questions, it will show you that, right? Sales by category, right? So you have three categories, it shows you the chart right away. You just type your question and it will show you the result based on that. So it is a Q&A feature which is based on NLQ, natural language query.
Hi Amit. So are we creating dashboards here in Python? Oh, sorry, this Power BI.
Sorry, can you come again?
We're creating dashboards here, right?
So on the Power BI service, so we have published this report on the Power BI service.
Okay, and from there only, can you show like how you started creating it?
So it's like, you open the report.
Mhm.
See, what we do is, first of all, that report that we had, the desktop report that we created, we just click on publish over here. So when you click on this publish over here with your ID and password, so this report gets published onto your Power BI service account over here. In the My Workspace, you will find that report that we have just published. So you open that report. So creating a dashboard is nothing. You just have to pick the charts and you have to put them on your, you just say that you want to put this chart on a dashboard. You just like click on this pin visual. So what it will do is it will take that chart to a dashboard. If you want to put this entire page itself on a dashboard, click on the three dots and you say pin to a dashboard. So you say that you want to create a dashboard. Let's create a new dashboard maybe. I need a new dashboard. Let me call it as into its dashboard 2 and I click on pin live. Now see, if I go to the dashboard, so the same thing will be coming up over on this dashboard page now.
So the way we were doing dashboards in Tableau, there we were having dashboard as one page, like dashboard one, it was one page, right, which had all the reports. So here is a dashboard multiple pages or is it one page?
Totally depends. If you keep multiple charts, it can have multiple pages also. And if you keep only 1, 2, 3 couple of charts, it can be one page also.
But even if it is multiple pages, it will still be one dashboard.
Huh.
Okay.
You can keep on adding a page. Like right now, I've added these charts. Okay, if I show you in the full screen. So this is what I've added right now. So dashboard, is like in a Power BI is like, you want to give the quick summary from your report. So this report that you have created. So if I open that report back, right? If I open this report from here. So what I do is I decide that, okay, some charts are very important. So I can put those charts also, right? Like this chart I feel is suppose this chart I feel is very important. So I pick this chart and I say pin visual. Pin visual means you want to put it onto a dashboard. So if you want to create a new dashboard, you click on this. If you already have some dashboard created, you want to put it over there, you just click on that and pin. And if you go to the dashboard now, you will now see that page that we put it up before, it is already there. And below that, that another chart will also come up. This chart that we have added.
Okay, so can a user interact with this dashboard?
Hmm?
Can another user interact with this dashboard?
People can. So when users filter the way you want for this dashboard.
Because is it like a presentation we are making for, like, what is the purpose of a dashboard?
No, this is like this analysis only, right? You can see the same analysis over here, right? So the idea is quick summary. The report is like a detailed analysis. You have suppose 20 charts. Out of the 20 charts, you feel that there are 5 charts which are very important, which your stakeholder or the senior member should be able to quickly go through it. And if you want to see the detailed report, so you give him the access of both the things, right? Like when you get the bank summary, right? So when you open the application, you see that okay, this is the total balance and etc. etc. That's a like quick summary. But when you want to see the details, you click on that account statement and you can see okay how much money you have been spending over a period of time. That is like a detailed analysis. So this is the idea of dashboard is the same. If you want to show some quick insights, so you can make a small dashboard instead of that person going through that report, complete report and page by page. He will be able to see those insights over here.
Okay, and how can we share these dashboards with the senior management? Like, they'll need Power BI access, or how
Yes,
can
they
they
need a
view
Power
this?
BI. They need a Power BI account. So every person should have a Power BI account. You just click on share and you have to put his email ID. You put his email ID over here with whom you want to share it, and your account is done. So I put this email address and I say grant access. Now this person will receive an email that a dashboard has been shared with him. He will be able to see, and on his account when he will open his Power BI account in the shared with me over here, he will find those all the dashboards that I shared with him, all the reports and dashboards.
So
Okay.
the only dashboard gets shared, right? Not the whole file.
No,
Yeah,
not the
that
whole.
was my next question.
So
Okay.
if you share the report will be shared. If you share only so when you share the dashboard, right? So typically the underlying report also gets shared with that. Because what happens is on the dashboard, when you click on that data set, so it opens the report as well. It opens the report.
Okay.
So when you are sharing a dashboard, so it will also share the report.
Okay. Got it.
But if there is some sensitive data, and like if you don't want to share all the report data, is it possible to only share a dashboard?
So once if you come over here, so
Like, you don't want all the stakeholders to see all the data, right?
around this. Right. So what we do is no. So by default, what happens is it shares that over here. That report will be by default shared, right? Because it's been created from that summary only that you have created. So that because see, dashboard is just a layer on that. Is just a layer on top of that report.
So in this manage permissions, what opens up?
Where
Manage
this
permissions. Yeah.
there's the access and all, like who or people are having the access of it.
And can we right click on the name to check or advanced, like do some advanced action on the accesses given?
So you will have some this over here. So it's more like like this is the reports, right? So report access, this is the workbooks and the data set, right? So this is where you can just you want to add some users into it. If you just click on this dashboard, one second, right? So these are the two dashboards that you have created with this report. See, there is a report that I have published that is 16th June, right? So with that data set, there are two dashboards that I created. One is this, and if you see over here, this the access for that dashboard is only on the person of the Amit, right? If I open this reports, right? So this is the correct access. So if you, both the people have got the access to it now, because I didn't share, I have only shared that I just shared that dashboard with him, but he got that access to that report as well, because that's the underlying stuff on that report.
Okay, and report cannot be edited by the person, right?
No,
They
no,
can't
we
edit
can't.
anything in that.
No, they can't.
And can we block any particular user? Like if by
Block.
mistake, if by mistake I
That you can
shared with
remove.
other
So
people.
you can remove that as well. So once you have to on the report, you have to go over
Remove
there,
access.
remove access. That you can do.
Can we do dashboard in Power BI app?
Sorry, can you come again, please?
Can we create a dashboard in Power BI only? Not in the publish, not in this.
Over here on the desktop.
Yeah, on desktop.
No, dashboard is
We can't.
only available on the Power BI service. You can read
So-
only there.
Okay, so if you want to edit the layout or change the view, we can do it.
So I told you, so there are two ways. Either you open this report over here, right? You open this report on the Power BI service only, and you have the edit option.
No, the layout of dashboard.
Layout as in, what do you mean by layout?
I mean, what map, what if I want the sales by order, if I'm pinning some 3-4 charts and I want to arrange or arrange an order in particular order, so can I do it?
You can do that
Dashboard.
over here. If you click on edit on this, right? So over here, if you do the edit, so the same interface opens up. You want to move the charts up, down, left, right.
No, not here, Amit, not in dashboard.
Okay, in the dashboard. Over there
Yeah.
also you can do it. But that will happen if you have published the charts one by one, right? Not the entire
Okay.
page. So like, for example, if I open this right now, if I open this dashboard, for example, I'm just opening the German dashboard right now. So you have some charts over here. This is a page. When you put up a complete page, then you can't change it.
Okay.
So this dashboard that I published. Suppose you want to move this up, you just hold it like this, and you can take it up over here. So you can move it like this, right? So I guess this is what you were asking. But
Yeah.
this I pay, this because I this I had pinned as a complete page, so this will move as a complete page. But when you move the charts, when you put the charts one by one, you can rearrange them. Over here, if you feel that you want to remove any chart, right? So you can do that also. You want to feel that this chart is not required, right click on just click on the 3 dots, you can delete it.
And can we add title or some sort of text box in a dashboard?
Dashboard title, you can get that option there. There are some settings also that you get over here. Right, so you have this themes you can apply, right? So you have some themes now which are available. Right? You want to make it dark and all, right? So you can do this. Right? Suppose this is a text box, right? You want to add some text box. So this is where you will be able to add it. So you want the title, suppose sales report.
This will be like sales dashboard, right?
Dashboard, I'm sorry. Yeah. So definitely it should be that. We'll just come up over here. So you'll have to just move it up and down like this. Right. So this is how you can just put it up. Not very intuitive, right? Because this is more like just made for a quick summary. So you just drag the things like this, bring the charts. If you have a title on any of that report, you can just pick that title also from there. That title can also be brought up over there. Okay. So this is how you can put it.
Okay.
then you have an option of subscribe also, right? If you click on subscribe, right? So I mean, we don't have a report to this right now. So basically, subscribe is more useful on the option of reports that you create. So in the subscribe, what happens is, like for example, if you open any report, okay, you open this report and you give the subscription to any person. So what happens in that subscription is he will receive a weekly email that okay, this is the latest report that you have. So you will find this subscribe, right? So if you click subscribe and you say add new subscription, you just have to add the email address of that person, right? You just add an email, right? Like we subscribe the newsletters on the websites. So you write a subject. Suppose this is a report, some sales report, right? Then if you will come down over here, you will have an option that how frequently do you want this? You want to send this report. Suppose I say weekly, that every Monday this report should be sent to my boss over an email. Okay, so this is what I can do. So this is like a subscription that I've set up.
Oh, this is nice. So we
Right,
can
so
enter
you-
the email ID also and of the person, and
Sorry.
we can like enter the email address of our boss, or how do we send this?
Just have to give the email address of the people, right? Whom you want to give to whom you want to give the subscription. So every Monday at 6:45 a.m. they will receive a notification that this is the report. Please have a look at it.
So
So
then,
if you want,
like we have these social media sites also. If we want to share something, there is an option of privacy that who all can view it. So only the people who have access to this report can view it, right? Or
yes,
the people. So if we have given access to somebody, sorry, not given access to somebody, but subscribe them, so they won't be able to view, right?
no. So no, subscriptions will only be with the people who have the access to see the report.
Okay.
So it's like you just subscribe those people also that so that a person do not miss it out, right? That although report he has the access, you just want to give him a reminder that okay, every Monday he should get a reminder that please have a look at it. So just a reminder.
Yeah. With fresh data, it will automatically update the report.
Yes. So because when you give this, so this is like for example, if you want to give some subscription to it, right? So what will now happen in this case is it will, if you just put someone's email ID and over here you say that you don't want to give him the access to the report, right? You uncheck it, so he will receive an email that there is a report that is being created, but he won't be able to see the report. He will just get a snapshot of that. So basically, what happens in that subscription is he will just see it. He will just get a snapshot, image of this, but he won't be able to open that report. Getting it? So suppose I've given you the subscription. Suppose I give Radhika a subscribe to it, but I have not given you the access to the report. So in that case, what will happen is you will just get an email that there is a report that is being created, and you will get an image of that report, but you won't be able to open or access that report. That is what will happen.
So what will happen if I click on the link to report in Power BI?
Nothing, it will not open up. So the report will not open up.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But
because
why are they even giving this option then? Like they're giving option of subscription, but they're not giving access to report. So that's just a view only.
this is more like with this option, like if you're given the access to the report, so this link makes a lot of sense over there, right? Because he will click on the link and he will be able to open the report. So when you receive a newsletter from the website, so what happens is they send you a link only. So when you click on that link, that website gets opened up, correct? So in this case, what will happen is the link will go over there, but when you will click on that, so it will deny it, right? That you can't open this report because you don't have access to it. Because the link still has valid. So a person can go, okay, maybe you have not given me the access, please allow
Or
the access.
maybe they'll give an option of request for access or something that you can
That
request.
option like you get in the Google Drive, so it gives a request for access option. Okay. So
Amit,
this is
Amit, can we do this in Tableau as well?
all
Like
these things are
scheduling of the reports.
yes. So there is a Tableau server that is available. So over there it can be done.
Okay.
So now if you come on the My Workspace, right? So this This was about the report, right? How you share it and how you make a dashboard out of it and how do you subscribe to it. Now there is something that we call it as data gateways, right? So like now if you try to understand, see the data, where was the data? Data was on my personal laptop, right? All the data was sitting on my personal laptop. Then what I did was I published the report onto the cloud, right? I published that report on the cloud. Now, what has happened over here is report has published. So when you publish a report, the data set and the report both get published over here, right? You can see this is the report and this is the data set. Now, what I want to do is, because see, data is something that will get refreshed every day or every week or something like that. After every couple of days, the data will be refreshed. So I want that the data should get refreshed on the cloud so that report should get refreshed. And I do not want manual intervention, because right now what will happen is I will have to first update the report on my laptop and then I will have to publish it again to publish all the things on the cloud now. What I want to do is I want to remove that manual intervention, and what I want to have is that my report should get automatically published over here. So for that, what we do is we set up the gateways, right? Gateways is something which creates a connection between the cloud and your laptop system, right? That is something that is called as a gateway now. So how do we set that gateway is you will just have to download a small utility. If you click on the three dots and click on download and click on data gateway, this utility will get downloaded. You will have to download this personal mode, click on the personal mode, and you will have to download this gateway. So you cannot try to download this. Okay. I mean, it's around 375 MBs file. So just download it and install it. So when you will install it, it will just ask for one thing, that is your Power BI service ID. Once you put that, your gateway is ready. So you can please try this, download it up. I can wait for 2 minutes. Just click on download personal mode and it will start the download.
I mean, I won't be able to download it right now.
You,
Through phone.
you can try it later on. I guess account you were able to create, right?
Yeah. Account I had created.
Okay. So please you download it and install it. I'll just get back into it.
Need to download which mode? Standard or personal?
Personal.
Personal. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Have you downloaded it?
I'm getting an error. Gateway not found.
What's the error?
Gateway not found. I used that on Microsoft.com email ID. Should I use that or Gmail?
Can you share your screen?
Sure.
Click on configure. Configure.
Or should I use the Microsoft email ID or?
Microsoft email ID. Yes.
Okay.
So it's done.
Okay.
So just click on close. See, now you have to just come on your Power BI service. So when you come here on Power BI service, hover on this data set, right? And what you do is you click on schedule refresh. Right? When you will be on the data set, you will find an option of schedule refresh. Just click on that icon. Okay. So you click on this icon, this page will open up. So this is showing gateway connection. So gateway connection is personal gateway, the one that you've just downloaded. You will see that. And then at the bottom, what you will do is you just have to give the authentication. It's saying your data source can't be refreshed because the credentials are invalid. So just click on edit credentials and click on sign in. Click on edit credentials, click on sign in. Click on edit credentials, click on sign in. So you are done now. So now what has happened is your file can be now easily published. What you need to do now is just come down and click on schedule refresh and say keep your data up to date. Over here, you have to set up the time that you want the data to be refreshed daily and at the time that you want that the data should refresh daily at, suppose you say 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. So what will now happen is Power BI every day will hit your laptop at 6:30 p.m. So you have to make sure that at 6:30 p.m. your laptop should be on and it should be connected to the internet. Because if it is not connected to the internet, the refresh will fail and you will get a you will get an email from the Microsoft team that the refresh failed. Right? That's it. You click on apply and your refresh is done. So that is how easily you can refresh your data. Now there is no manual intervention. If you keep adding the data in these Excel files, automatically every day at 6:30 p.m. report will get updated.
If we remove older data,
Mhm.
or if we let's say we are getting this superstore file from some other source, okay, and we are getting it also on a daily basis, and then we have to load it in this format. So how do we connect that?
I didn't get your point. Can you come again?
So let's say we are getting that Excel data from some other source on a daily basis, and we need to put it in this superstore file. So the data
The
would get too
superstore-
large, right, after a point in Excel. So my point is, for this dashboard refresh, how can we have multiple files, and how many multiple files can we have?
See, this it will only refresh the source, right? So basically, you have an Excel file, and from that Excel file, the dashboard is getting created, or that report is getting created. Now, report and Excel, these are the only two things you have. If you change the source, right? So the report will not know which source is that. You will have to change the source in the file itself. So if you will have to add the data, you will have to. So basically, you just have two things over here. You have Excel file and you have this Power BI report. The data is coming from here to here. If you have two Excel files, from both the two Excel files will be data coming over here, right? Like in this case, I have three Excel files. So I have given the path and the connection of three Excel files which are flowing in my report. So that is over there.
Did you add these? Files separately as data source credentials, or they automatically got pulled in from whatever Excel is on the report?
So it picks that up. So whatever Excel is there on that report, it just picks that up. So
Okay,
in this
so-
report, I am having 3 Excel files.
So I think my question was that let's say some dashboards are to be refreshed monthly, right? And on monthly dashboards, we are getting data on a daily basis. But if we want to limit the size of that Excel file, maybe we can have monthly dashboards, different dashboards. Like, would that be a better solution? Because I don't want the Excel file to be so large. Like, how much data can we add to it, right?
No, but what do you? But how will you control it? So if you are
So-
putting all,
Hmm.
you are putting
So
all
let-
the data in Excel.
Huh. I'm putting all the data in Excel. So let's say I'll have these 3 source files only: sample superstore 1, sample superstore XLX SX, and sample superstore new region. So I'll have these 3 files in my laptop, and every day, suppose I'm getting the data of a few accounts. Okay, let's say, and so I'll put that data in these files in my laptop and save these files. And then at 6:30 p.m. Power BI will hit those files, and whatever data has been updated, it will pull it to the report and then pull that into this dashboard, right? Update this dashboard.
Hmm.
That's what's happening, right?
Right. So if you
So-
add any new data in these 3 files at 6:30 p.m., the report will get refreshed.
Okay, so if I'm getting those account details on a daily basis, I'm going to on a daily basis add it to my report file on these Excel files. So I'm saying, so not to make the files too large, we can probably have monthly dashboards, like June dashboard, July dashboard, August dashboard, like that, for management to view. That's what I'm thinking. Like, for management to view, what would be the best way to display it?
Then you will have to create a different dashboard in that case. If you are
Yeah.
creating different reports, right? So you can, but in that case, what will happen is in the Jan report, you will have the only data of Jan. In the Feb, you will
Only
have
date of Jan. Yeah.
So you will have to create multiple stuff on that, right? So basically, you will be maintaining different Excel files. You will be maintaining different reports. You will have to refresh it. So in that case, and what I say is you are not automating it, right? You are actually doing a manual process.
Right.
So
So how to automate it?
you can't automate that now, because if you're creating a new report only every month, so how will you automate it?
Yeah.
So the automation is over here because the data that is coming, we don't want that manual intervention. That the data should automatically update, and it should update by report. That's it.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so you just
Amit,
set it up.
what if we are getting data from like a SQL server or any other server like Teradata or something like that? Then how this refresh works in that case?
In the same fashion. So just that if you are pulling the data from a server, right? Suppose SQL Server, for example. So you will just have to install the another gateway. Like, when you clicked on data gateways, there were 2 modes that are available. One was personal mode. This is for your Excel files and CSV files. If the
Okay.
data is coming from a SQL Server and all, you just have to install this one. And the same thing, it will also ask for the same stuff. It is capable of identifying the server information. And so like you create any report from that server, from that, suppose, you have pulled the data from a SQL server and you publish it. So it will do the same thing. You will come over here in the My Workspace. You will find that the reports over here are coming up. Okay. So all the report that you would have published is the SQL Server report. If you have something like that, you open that up. So now this report is read from SQL Server. So for example, right now, this is not accessible because I changed that gateway. Yeah. So if I show you the gateway connection, everything is same. In the gateway connection, what happens is the person mode that I was telling you, you will have to install that. That will automatically identify what that server is. what's the name of the database, right? It will pick up all that information, and the
Okay.
same thing will come in the setting of time also. You can try this out, right? In fact, this is a good stuff. What you can do is make a new report, open a fresh new report, okay, and make that report with the SQL Server data, right? Because you all already have SQL Server installed with you, you already have some databases with you, already set it up. So you can
Yes.
just take that up and get a report from there. I'll show you how we do it.
Okay. So at the time of refresh, the laptop should be on, or it will
Yes.
happen automatically? Because it is connected to server, right? Not my personal laptop.
If SQL Server is on your machine, right? Because in our case, we have installed the SQL Server on a laptop only. So in that case, it has to be on. If it is a
Okay.
shared server, if it was at a shared server, in that case, I mean, definitely you could have, I mean, the laptop dependency wouldn't have been there.
Okay. So in normal office environment, the laptop dependency won't be there.
Because over there,
Yeah.
people will actually go back home, so refresh will not happen.
Okay.
Right? So, like if you have the server with you, just put that server details, SQL Express, click on import, click on OK, and you will see all the databases will pop up.
You did SQL ePress. That's the one.
SQL Express, SQL. Oh, sorry, I don't know.
And Amit, if the data is coming in from different systems, can we connect our like Office applications to this Power BI?
The data is coming from different applications.
Yeah, like custom to the company.
How we can do it? We have the web connectors for that.
Okay.
We have web connectors for that, from which you can do it. Like, if you have any database, so you just pick that database, like just like Excel only. So nothing much. You select that table and you load the data. Right? Then you can just start making your charts and then you publish it. But when you publish it, make sure you install that standard mode and you will be able to follow it by automatically.
Okay.
Amit, maybe could we do one session where we are making an SQL report and then
Yeah, exactly. It will
connecting
be
it
more
because
clear.
it will be more clear. Yeah.
So how we can do it? So maybe let's do it tomorrow. In tomorrow's session,
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll show you this SQL plus Azure Direct Query. One more thing that I'll show you. No problem.
Maybe one SQL report and I don't know which other popular source is there for.
Python,
Yeah,
connecting to
Python.
the Python script.
See, Python and R, because next session we will be starting off with R. So basically, R and Python is nothing. You just have to write that same R and Python code in the Power BI interface. You have to just copy and paste. That's it. So you can make the visuals by writing the R code, right? So you have some, if you have R Studio installed with you, like for example, so you can easily make the chart over here. So for example, I say something like this, right? So you just have to write this R code over here for which the chart you want to make. So this is technically how the R and Python code works. So I'll show you, no worries. I'll show you these two things.
Can you
once
please show Google Analytics as well?
Google Analytics, I won't be able to show it, because for that we need the proper authentication and accounts we have to create on the Google Analytics.
Okay.
So that access and everything would be required, which I won't be having. So I can show you with SQL Server. I can show you with some APIs if you want. Right?
Yeah,
So
APIs would be great.
APIs would be good.
So I'll show you with the APIs, open source APIs. Show you.
And some web connectors.
So APIs is the web connectors only. Basically,
Okay, okay.
APIs, we can do the web connectors only. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is where we'll keep it for today. So So you just try it out, right? Just try to make some report with the, just play with that over the Power BI service. It's just about that only, sharing, collaboration. So nothing much different from the Google Drive and all. So there is one more option, that one more feature that is called as row level security, that I'll also explain. RLS, that is, you can you can apply a security that who can see which type of data. So that is a one level of security that we can apply. So RLS. So we'll talk that on tomorrow with them, right? Yep. Anything else? Okay, sure. Thank you. So let's connect tomorrow then. Bye bye.